then Josh on the mic. Yeah. From the infected houses to the studio, right? Boots on the floor, we still show up. Long days, hard cars, never fold up. Stories from the grind, we bring truth. Real talk, real people, that's the proof. No polished talk, just the pain in the wind. Open the door, let the whole thing in. If you know, you know. Where the rough cuts glow. If you
What?
need that real.
Welcome back to Best Pest Podcast. I'm Robert Curbo.
And I'm Josh.
Yeah, this podcast is about real stories, real life pest control experience. Today we're going to get into why pest control technicians don't make it and fail in their first 90 days. But before we get into that, how's it been this week for you?
Been pretty busy.
Staying busy?
Yep, nonstop. Working till about 6 every day.
Yeah, getting a lot of termite calls and things like that? Or
Yeah, a few property managements come through.
Nice. Yeah, I've done a couple termite inspections. Got an apartment complex that we've gotten some quotes out in. So hopefully those come through, big jobs.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, Tyler finally got that bee removal on that third story.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, man, it was crazy too because he usually gets his lift from the person he gets it from, not sure, somewhere here in Austin. And they were out, so we kept waiting and waiting and waiting. It was like a week and a half later. Remember, we were talking about this last time when we did our introduction and stuff. But we finally found him one, and we got out there, and it was so muddy. The lift kept sinking in the ground.
Oh, that ain't good.
And so he had to come back down and readjust, but he finally got the bees removed. So that's pretty interesting. Got another bee job for him. He's going to try to get done this Tuesday. So
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting into the bee stuff myself.
yeah, man, you ought to ride with him and stuff. You know, he's willing to train. Yeah, you got to ride with him. Then you can start removing hives and stuff. It's pretty good money, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a while, so he's pretty good at it. So I guess we'll get right into it. Why do you think that the, like, technicians, when they first get started, they fail in the first 90 days?
Most of the time, I mean, honestly, it all, to me, leads down to bad training.
Yeah.
Poor training, bad work ethnic.
You're all looking at the script like, what?
Trying to figure the word out.
Yeah, trying to figure the word out. So let's just start with work ethic. Let's start with that. Like, usually when I'm hiring somebody, and you know they have to go through all their verified training through the Texas Department of Agriculture. We do that. We do exactly what the paperwork says before we can get them out into the field. But usually when I start doing my ride-alongs with them, like when they get through the classroom training and things like that, they seem all motivated and stuff. But then when you get them out in the truck and you're actually riding with them to get them 40 hours on job training, like usually immediately I can tell if they're going to work out or not. Like,
walking slow.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say, man. These people walking slow. Like, come on, pick your feet up. If you can't walk, you can always tell if somebody's lazy, especially with, you know, the way they walk.
I mean, I haven't got to the point of hiring anybody yet.
Yeah.
You know, small business, but you've been through it, you know, with yours. But
yeah, you were with you know, you watched us.
Yep.
We went through
several different technicians.
I had to fire that one guy. I'm not going to say no names or anything, but you know, he didn't listen. We tell him to put stuff on his shoes before he goes into the houses so he don't track mud. And then we could get a call from the apartment complex over there.
Track mud through brand new carpet.
Brand new carpet. Like, what in the world? And then tried to tell me he didn't do it, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you're the only one who's been in that apartment. There ain't even nobody living there yet.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep. I mean, yeah, you can definitely tell. You can definitely tell when they're not going to be worth it.
Yeah, and it's hard too because then, you know, you go through all that training, you go through all the what it costs to get them in and your license fees.
So what is that cost exactly?
Well, so we're looking at usually around $5,000 a technician. That's from the start. That's if we have to buy new equipment and everything. So you know, you got your first your first 60 hours, 40 hours of classroom training. You got to pay them people salaries, right?
Yep.
And then you got all your licensings, which is not too much, about $125 for the apprentice license. And then you got another 40 hours in the field that you got to train them. So right there, right off the bat, you're already paying them two weeks worth of salary. And then my time, you know, because we're training them.
Yep.
And that takes me off other stuff, sales and things like that. But at that point, you know, if you don't have a truck, you know, you got to buy a truck, and then you got to put all the equipment in the truck and things. So it cuts it back once you have all the equipment and the trucks and stuff like that. But it's expensive. And then you get them out in the field to do their training. and you realize they're lazy. They have no work ethics. They're showing up late, like second day.
Yeah, and it's like unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like-
they just think they're spraying bugs and it's that easy, but it's not.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a lot more to it than just spraying bugs. I
Yeah.
mean, you gotta know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Got to be safe.
Yeah.
Safety is always.
And then a lot of them, they get out there in the field and they think it is, I'm just driving around spraying this and that. It's easy jobs, but then when you want them to get into the attics or do cross space inspections or out there, sweating, digging a trench around termite, for termites, and then
drilling
into concrete and things like that. So yeah, it is. I think they come on thinking, oh, this is going to be a cake, easy job. We're just spraying this and that, but it's way more than spraying.
It's a lot of mental.
Yeah, and then the routing, I mean, there's some days you may get off a little early, but then there's some days you're working 14, 15 customers.
Just
like
imagine.
you were just telling me, what you got, like Wednesday or something, you have like 12 or something?
12, yeah. So just imagine half the technicians that come on, they just come in, look at their mobile, they're most of them are mobile. They work from a phone. They see their schedule on there. Imagine if half of them have to make that schedule.
Yeah, I know, exactly. And then, and then I get a call from somebody the other day. I'm not, somebody that's employed with me right now. Why am I driving all the way over here when all my customers are here and this and that? And he told me, I don't think you know how to do the schedule very well. I said, come on, man. I said, look.
I get that all the time, too.
if there's some reason why you have 5 customers here and then you have to drive 45 minutes an hour to this next customer and then you have to drive back, it's because that other customer couldn't take a service at that time. They had to have it on this time. So it doesn't matter. You're getting paid. Just drive it.
It's unrealistic for us as business owners to send you from this general location all the way over to this location and back. Yes, we hate it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
we don't want to pay the gas.
We're paying you to go over there.
And the gas.
But you got some customers that say, hey, I can't take it on this day. Can we get it on this day? And then, we try to, how you want to word it? We try to work our schedule with their schedule.
Exactly.
But we all know the customer's always right. So
yeah,
we have to be a little more lenient toward them because it's either you be not necessarily rude to them, but you go, no, I can't do that day. I can only do this day. You do that too many times, you're going to lose customers for one.
Yeah.
So you have to be open to their schedule.
That's right.
So you see that one oddball one, just go do it. You're getting paid for it.
Yeah, no, exactly. And then, the poor, and I'm not going to say, I'm going to say I'm a little bit, I think I've done this before, then poor training. And the reason you get poor training is, you're slammed, right? You're hiring a new technician. You already have a full route, to throw these guys out on. You do your 2 weeks to 30 days training with these guys, and that's still not enough. I mean,
no.
We do everything what we're supposed to do through the Texas Department of Agriculture to get these guys out on the road. But once you throw them out on the road, you gotta keep following up with them. You still got to do your ride-alongs. You still got to go into specialty pest jobs, carpenter ants, drilling holes in walls and treating inside walls and things like that. Because if you don't, you're setting them up to fail, not them just failing, and then they get overwhelmed.
Yep, and that's when they, work ethic starts slowing down.
Yep,
they just don't understand. What am I doing that's not solving the problem?
Exactly.
Well, first of all, listen.
Yeah.
Listen to the people training you. It's very important.
So here lately, what I've been trying to do is, once they get through all their verified training and things like that, and then they have their route, once I get specialty jobs come up, instead of throwing them on them, I put them on my schedule, and then I make time during their day to meet me at that location,
right?
To get the right training.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I haven't got to the hiring part yet. Very scary topic to talk about.
Yeah, but you went through it. Well, you went through it with standalone pest control when I was in business And
Orkin.
And Orkin, I mean, look at the turnover rate at Orkin. Lord have mercy.
They're good.
I mean,
I ain't gonna say they're not.
No, it was some of the best training that you had.
Down to a science.
Yeah, for sure, down to a science. But the turnover rate with technicians coming and going, it was like an open door. Yeah, it was a revolving door. It was crazy.
You know, I remember starting with Orkin and coming in that first day for a ride along. You know, I've already been doing it for years and years and years. Not necessarily the pest control side. I've done a lot of termite work, mainly termite work. But coming in going, yeah, I already know all this stuff, guys. It's like my first rodeo. But you get stuck in a truck with somebody.
Yeah.
You ride all the daggum day with them, and they're like, oh, man, you want to leave about 2 o'clock? You can. You know, you're done with, and, you know, you don't want to be that person that's going to say, I'm out of here. I was like, no, I'm going to stick with you the rest of the day. You come home at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, and then you realize the entire day you've been sitting there was free.
Yeah, I know. You know what? I need to start doing that, though, because like I just said.
That really fills people out.
Because really, like I just said, and it kind of makes sense now that they do that, is because I just said it. Look, I go through all my training and I get them out in the field. Like the first 2 days we're doing on job training, I know that they're lazy or not. That's why Orkin does that. They call it the ride along. Let's see and make sure that you're wanting to do this job. And you know, that's something I really need to start considering doing. Is like, hey,
bad idea.
You ride with me this day. You're not doing nothing. You're just riding with me.
Riding and observing.
And observing, and then usually by the end of that day, I'm gonna know if I'm gonna hire them or not. You know.
Yeah. Well,
that's a good idea. So I see why they did it. I mean, I was a little aggravated too because they were like, and they told me that I wasn't going to get paid for it. And I sat in there like, I don't know, 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, you know, going all over the place.
Yep.
And I enjoyed it. I fell in love with it. But yeah, and I was a little aggravated, like, man, how am I going to be out here riding around for free? You know what I mean? But now that I sit back and look at it at a business standpoint, like I think it's kind of
very
smart.
smart.
Yeah,
It's
smart.
It's a smart, strategic thing to do.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that. Hey, you want to get hired on me? I'll let you ride around all day
it's
for
a
free.
free workout to somebody. Hey, you want look? I'm going to show you how to do a termite job. Let me see if you're going to make it or not.
Yeah, I'd definitely test them.
Yeah, test them
They
out.
come back with blisters on their hand from trenching,
They're
going,
like,
I can't do this no more.
Yeah, but that was free. Nah. But you know, poor time management too. It really makes me angry because my time management is the most important. You know it. I mean, from the time you get up
to waking up and saying, I mean, I'm not the best at it, but I know, you know, I live in Lampasas and all my stuff is, majority of it is Killeen, Belton, Temple. You know, I got a 35, 40-minute drive every morning. Easy. So start my first one at 9 in Temple, you know, that's over an hour drive.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yep.
But then time management, when I get up, you know, hey, we get kids ready. We take them to school. You know, summer days, take them to the Boys and Girls Club. Then as soon as I get back, you know, we get back about 7:50. And I know I got about 10 minutes to, you know, got to fill your water up, clean your truck out, do all your stuff, prepare yourself for the day.
Yep.
And then you got to leave on time to make it on time.
Yeah, exactly. And that drives me crazy more than anything because I'm in the same situation with time management. I got a lot of inspections and stuff I got to get done, and then customers calling and adding customers to the schedule and things. And it does get overwhelming, but time management is absolutely, like when I wake up at whatever time, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm either working on, you know, the first couple hours of that morning, I'm working on the podcast stuff with the lady that does the editing and advertising. And then like at 7 o'clock, I start checking work emails and then, you know, then I'm off and I try to be at the office at 8:30. And then, you know, some mornings we have our morning meetings and things like that. So time management is super important. But when you throw somebody out there early without no training, never ran a route in their life, whether it's pest control or any other route, time management is hard to adapt to. You know you got to be at your first customer at 9 o'clock. Why did you just now get to the office at 9 and pick up your work truck?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yep. Get your equipment.
Yep.
Get your product you got to use.
Yep.
First of all, figure out what you got to do that day because you know you ain't looked at it.
Yeah, you ain't looked at it all night. You out playing video games and stuff
Yeah.
all night. Like, come on, man. And then want to raise.
Yeah. No. What about like customer communication?
Oh, man, that's super important. Yeah, customer communication. You know, first of all, you got to be on time.
Yep.
And then communicating with the customer. I mean,
You guys explain those treatments clearly.
man.
You know, how you're doing it, why you're doing it. You know, customers need to know those things. If you can't tell a customer where you sprayed, what you sprayed, or how you sprayed, you don't need to be in the business, because it's common sense.
Yeah, and the thing about with pest control too is, like, if you're in construction or you're a painter, you can see the work progress that's done. With pest control, you can't see where you sprayed. I mean, yeah, it's a little wet at first, but
it dries pretty quick in the summer.
especially in the middle of August when it's 120 degrees outside. But
yeah, you be spraying, and then you'll turn around and go, I know I sprayed it, but I can't see nothing.
Yeah, and I've had a customer years ago come outside and, you didn't spray this area. It's not even wet. I'm like, ma'am, I sprayed the whole house. No, you didn't spray it. It's not wet.
Okay.
I'm like, look, and I sprayed, and it was like, boom, it was already soaked up.
Yeah.
But she argued with me for a while, and I ended up re-spraying what I already sprayed just to make the customer happy, because that's at the end of the day, that's what's most important.
Yep. Very important.
But yeah, describing what you're doing and communicating with the customer. Hey, if you're running late, how about we just shoot them a text message and say, hey, I'm running a little behind.
Right.
Because if not, you're getting a call or I'm getting a call saying, hey, where's this guy at?
Yep. I mean, it's
and not only come up and you know, not only having weak communication with a customer, having weak communication with your supervisor.
Yeah, I know when I worked for you, we had a great communication.
Oh yeah.
That was always good.
Shoot, we've been talking on the phone. That's what gave us this idea for the podcast. We were talking one day, it was like 30 something minutes, and we're talking about pest control. You're on your truck, I'm on my truck. I said, man, we should have recorded that.
Yep.
I said, we could have podcasts of that.
Yep. Yeah. Educating homeowners.
Yep.
You know, that falls in with customer communication.
Exactly. No, 100%.
I get a lot of times when I go to, whether it's a new customer or a previous one, or even one that I have, you know, been taken care of for years, whatever the case may be, if you communicate with them, you educate them on what they need to know, I get a lot of times, man, thank you for educating me on that one, because I had no clue.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it blows their mind, and I'm like, you know, it's just everyday thing for me. I'd rather educate you on it so you know. So next time I come, you can go, oh, this is what I seen. This is where it came from. Yep. And I think this is why. And then I change this problem, like an AC dripping on the outside.
Yeah.
You wondering why you got silverfish or something in your house.
Exactly. Or American roaches.
Yeah, American roaches. Termites.
Yeah, termites for sure.
They're like, oh, well, we took this line, the drip line, and we ran it a few feet out into the yard instead of it dripping right next to the house.
Yeah, and I put that on my termite reports too, like when we're doing WDIs and stuff. Of course, it's at excessive moisture, but you know, I always put in the comments like, hey, let's get this water ran out past your house.
At least past the AC unit.
Yeah, at least past the AC unit. A lot of, have you seen the ones that like
drip
the second floor,
down.
Go straight down?
I don't know why they do that.
I don't either, man. That's crazy.
I've seen it before.
And almost all the 2-story houses have that, man. They almost all have it. They just drip straight down, and then they wonder why there's 2 termite shelter tubes like 2 foot over. You know, they got all the moisture, the soil, the wood, and the walls and everything like that.
It's just dripping down the hardy board and down the siding, the wood siding.
Yeah, it all looks rusty and stuff.
Or brick. I don't know. White marks, calcium marks all over it or whatever.
I feel like some of these home builders nowadays, they just run through it, man. They're just throwing them together,
slinging them up for the money.
Yeah. Well, let's see where that was. Communication. Let's get back to communication for a minute, because communicate even with like these apartment complexes we're doing, man. When you go and you get a list, like I'm trying to train, and my guys are doing really well right now with it. Like, put it in the notes. Yeah, cross my fingers, because I got a good crew right now. I'm gonna tell you that right now, man. We're growing and strong, but yeah, just like when you get back to the apartments, like in the office, like tell them, like you write it on your notes and stuff, but explain what you said. If you need a follow up, put in for roaches, let's put it in right then.
Yeah, let me tell you, you'll forget about it.
Yeah, you know what?
You'll forget about it, and 95% of the time, you got the customer going, "Hey, when are you coming back again?" You're like, I totally forgot about it. I put you on tomorrow.
I never say I forgot. I'm like, oh, I got you on the schedule for tomorrow. Like I you know, dang well, it's not even on the schedule yet.
I'm like, yeah, I totally forgot about it. I didn't put it in when I got done.
Now when they watch this podcast, there's gonna be like 2 customers that I talked to this week. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's what he did to me. I asked him if he forgot about me, and he says no, you're on the schedule for Friday at 3:00.
I mean, there's sometimes where I do put them in, and they're on the schedule. I mean, sometimes I don't like. I had days in, not days in, but some hotel over in Killeen. I've done a job for them. They had to have a follow-up put in. And, you know, it was like right at like that 14-day mark, the initial service in 14 days. And they were like, hey, when are you coming? And I'm like, well, let me look. And I look on there and I'm like, oh, you actually on there for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, I totally forgot about it. But thank God I had the follow-up put in on the schedule because I didn't even think nothing about it.
Yeah, and I did the other day. I had somebody call and said, "Hey, you're going to do the follow up," and in my mind, I'm like, "Oh shoot, I forgot to put it on the schedule." So then I look at the schedule, but I put it on the wrong week. I put it on the next week.
I've done that before.
And so I was like, "Oh, you're on the schedule, but we'll go ahead and get out there today." And then I had somebody come work on my RV. Right, Mom was all mad and stuff because he was supposed to be out one Wednesday, and he never showed up. And I called him. I said, "Hey, what happened today?" And he's like, oh my God, I put you on the wrong Wednesday. And, you know, Mom's like, oh, and I can't believe they haven't came out there and things like this and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, hey, look, I do it all the time. So I'm not mad at the guy. I know it.
No, show up when you're supposed to.
Yeah. No. I get that way too. But yeah, communicating with the property managers, especially like the property managements like you deal with and stuff, they're not out there with anything. No. So
you have to communicate.
You have to communicate. If you want to keep their business, you got to communicate with them.
Put follow-ups in when need be.
Yeah, call them, text them.
Because they do not think twice about one of their rental properties.
They send the work order and they don't think about it again until there's another problem. And then when there's that problem comes up and they're like, hey, what happened? I thought you took care of the problem.
They send a work order. They want to quote directly.
Yep.
And you will get an email for a work order or, you know, through a Appfolio, because I got some that use that little thing. You get it directly through there. You get them scheduled through them. And then after that, you don't hear back from them.
Yeah.
You receive a paycheck from them. But you have to make sure you do go back and do your follow-ups.
Yeah, because the issue with that is if you're not communicating with them, sending them emails, text, letting them know what's going on, letting them know when the follow-up is scheduled and things like that. Doing that, first of all, is going to keep their business.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're going to like, hey, this guy really cares. Because if you stop doing that and you forget to put that follow-up on and then they get somebody moved in there and there's still roaches in the kitchen and they're like, what happened? We paid this guy to go do that. Why is it not taken care of?
Exactly.
So
yeah, I have one right now. I think it was yesterday. I want to say yesterday or the day before yesterday. They asked me about a flea treatment on one of their properties. Okay, no big deal. I sent them a quote. The next day, when I got up in the morning and checked my emails, it got approved. And they said, let's get it done ASAP because they're moving somebody in on 6/9. I said, well, I'm going to get it done. I have it on there for like Monday or Tuesday. Because it's in Copper's Cove. So I'm like, I'll have it on there on Monday or Tuesday, but.
And that goes back,
knock them out.
It goes back to communicating with them and teaching them, like you were talking about, knowledge and communication. Yeah. Even though you can do that with the property managers all you want and they're not going to care because, like, you should know that if you got roaches and you want me to spray on Monday and you got somebody moving in on Thursday, you're still going to have roaches on Thursday.
Yeah. With the roaches, yeah.
Yeah.
I think with fleas,
fleas, we can get them knocked out.
You might be able to get them knocked out, at least on the inside, because it's pretty controlled.
Yeah. And then, make sure you get that follow-up in 10 days and things, just so any adult or any eggs hatching and stuff, you can get them back on.
So use the IGFR.
Yeah,
IGR. 6 months. That's what it says.
Is that what it says?
I think it says 6 months.
We've had really good luck with fleas. We do have to do the second follow-up for sure. Even if we don't, we still go in and do the inspection.
I mean, it honestly depends on how bad the infestation is, though.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly.
But, you got some that have like stray cats stuff outside all the time.
Deer in
and
the
it's
yard.
like deer. Oh, deer. Oh, over there in Morgan's Point, where all those deer and stuff are.
Lampasas where I live.
Lampasas. I'm telling you, they carry ticks. They carry fleas.
Dude, you be sitting outside. You know, they're not really too scared of you. They'll walk across your yard while you're sitting outside. But I was over there in Morgan's Point, and I go to a customer's house, and she had like 2 or 3 like out by the road, and I pull up, and they just look at you. You know, I could jump out. And I walk up to the door, and I'm within 4 or 5 feet from them, 6 feet at the most. And they're just looking at you. You know, they're like, you're getting kind of close, dude. And I'm like, oh, y'all are cute, keep walking. But when you look at them under their legs or under their arms where it's real white, white-tailed deer, brown on top and got a little white, but just under, like, in their hinds and stuff like that between their legs, dude, you can see the ticks and the fleas just
they're all over them,
rolling around everywhere. It looks like their fur's moving. I'm like, oh my God.
And they're in these people's yards, and like, I mean, it's cool that they have communities that have deer and stuff.
That's awesome.
It's awesome.
It really is. It's
but
cool.
at the same time, like the insects and the fleas and ticks with ticks carrying diseases and things like that, getting people sick, and then fleas all over the place. And then when you get a flea service in those areas,
it's hard to control.
It's hard to control because it's hard to get it under control because those deer are right back in that same yard
they don't,
all the time.
Every time.
Yep.
I deal with it at my house all the time. All right. What about sales and upselling?
Yeah, so I don't know why I do kind of know why new technicians are scared to sell or upsell and things like that because of lack of training.
Yeah.
But it takes a while, man. It takes a while.
It takes a while to learn how to sell or upsell.
It does. Because when you're selling, these customers are asking you questions. Well, what are you going to put? Or what kind of insects is this going to control? Or what kind of insect is this?
Yep.
And it's hard.
So what makes this any different than anything else you do?
Yeah.
Most of the time it's especially pest. Whenever you're upselling.
Yeah.
It could be termites, mosquitoes, fleas.
Exactly.
I mean, those things take a whole different method of treatment to take care of those.
Carpenter ants.
Carpenter
loading bay
ants.
boxes. I mean,
customers think that, they don't look at the difference in between a general pest service and something completely different that you have to do.
Right.
Sorry, but we're going to have to upcharge or upsell on
Well,
this.
yeah, the chemical cost, the time, the follow-ups, it all costs. But I think newer technicians and stuff like that, I think they're not. It's not that they don't know how to sell because some of them may come from a background of selling and then they can sell anything. I really want you to sell as person, you can sell anything. But upselling and things, it's hard when you're not educated.
You have to be educated.
You have to be educated on the insects and things like that.
You can train a technician. Training a technician how to sell or upsell is a very hard topic to even think about because you don't honestly know what they know or what they think they know, or you don't even know how they're even going to initiate the process to upsell something.
Yeah.
You remember that technician we had one time? He was complaining about wanting more money. And what did I tell him?
Sell more, because every sale you get commission on it.
You sell.
That's how it is. Where
you're making commission. You're making money going to do the job.
Yep.
If it's recurring, you're still making more money off of it.
Yep.
If you can get him on some type of recurring,
exactly,
or just a one-time service. But that technician, he kept saying he didn't know how to sell, which he was pretty new.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I don't think he's ever been in the industry before.
Yep.
Of pest control.
Right.
But he was great technician.
Yeah.
That I know of.
Yep.
But he'd always call me. Hey, I got this. Can you sell it for me? I'm like, no.
But I can walk you through how to sell it.
I can show you, or I can tell you what to say.
Yeah.
And go from there. And one of them was carpenter ants. And I'm like, well, this is what you're going to, just tell them this. And this is why you're doing it. And this is how we're going to control it.
Yeah.
What product's going to use a non-repellent. Make sure that you drill around the windowsills if they're in the windowsills.
Yeah, around the
if
door.
they're trelling on the house, use a non-repellent.
Yep.
Take it back to the colony. Wipe them out.
Exactly.
Pretty simple. It ain't hard to do.
Yep.
But yeah, he was. I think he was just scared.
Yeah, and you know, I think I was thinking about this the other day because we were just having our morning meeting, and I was telling people about upselling and stuff. We're working around a program where they're going to be making more money, and if they upsell and they're selling and bringing jobs, you know, they're going to have a bonus based, you know, layout. So or commission. We haven't decided exactly what we're going to go with it yet, but and the guy was like, "Hey, are you going to have any training videos or training us on sales?" And I said, well, yeah, we'll go through it on what to sell and what to look for and things. So I think part of it is throwing them out there too early. And you can't expect, I know you couldn't expect me to sell a pest control service the first 2 months I was in the industry. No. Like I was so nervous, even going into customers' houses, it was hard for me to even answer questions. You know?
I don't know. Nah.
So I think moving on to the next one, I think burnout, mental pressure. I think that's another reason why technicians fail within the first 90 days, especially if you got a full route. Remember over there in Oregon, bro, we were like 200 customers a month we were servicing or more?
If not more, yeah.
I can't remember the exact number, but
I don't know. You were more on the pest control side for the longest. I was on termite.
Yeah.
But even when doing termite work, we were still doing pest control.
Yeah.
You know, we were doing all the big resorts and stuff like that they had around the area. So, but running a route at the beginning, I mean, that was all on you. Now, toward the end, when I got put on a route, oh, buddy, it was a lot.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of driving, which, you know, that was my route.
Yeah.
I covered an area that was not close to us. And you did too for a long time, I believe. I think you were driving
I was going to
2
Brady.
hours away.
Yeah, Brady. I mean, I'm literally getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, driving to Brady, doing 15, 16 customers out there, and then coming back. I mean, there were some nights it was like 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. And that was dang near 6 days a week.
Yeah, I was going. I feel bad for you, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to like Cameron, Rockdale, Thorndale.
It's still a good drive, though.
That's a 45-minute drive.
Or more.
Or more.
Yeah. I mean, I think Rockdale from where we were in Cleveland should be a good hour.
At least. But on a good note, on the way there, which I was leaving, I had, you know, they had McDonald's and stuff that had to get done early in the morning. So I was leaving early.
Super early.
Super early.
Because I wanted to there at what time? Like 5 in the morning?
Well, that was like 3 something. And I'm like, well, that's what, it's like 3 something. And then I was like, do I need to be here this early?
I remember that. I remember you telling me that. And they were like, no.
I mean, they were like, well, I mean, as long as you get here for the rush hour. So I was like, so about 5:30 would be a little better. And they're like, I mean, yeah. Typically rush hour is about 6:30. So as long as you get it done, I was like, I ain't waking up early no more. I still had to wake up early, but at least get another hour or two of sleep.
Exactly.
But, I mean, that was a long haul over there, but it wasn't not like you were doing.
But, well, I'll tell you with the burnout, though, I mean, it can burn out really quick. I mean, we work so many hours and run so many customers every day. Like some of these guys that I'm hiring right now, and they're getting off. I mean, they don't work weekends. Very rarely do we work on the weekends. Monday through Friday. We do a lot of commercial, though. And we were doing residential over there. My route was. So they got it made. Like, compared to where we were at Oregon. Yeah. I mean, 16 customers and driving 4 hours a day and doing 16 customers. Now that I look back at it, I'm like, how in the world how did I even do that?
That's stupid.
I think you don't take care of your customers very well that way.
No, that's a lot of mental and physical.
I think if you're letting a technician come in and not throwing a whole bunch on them, but don't let them make it like real easy. But
I mean, honestly,
kind of easing their way in.
If you can give them a route, 6 to 8 customers a day, give them time to breathe. I mean,
because you got 8 customers and you can still throw a couple follow ups in if you have to.
If you have to, yeah, give room for, extra. But I typically. I mean, I try to keep my mental, my physical stuff. I mean, I'm a small company. I don't have a whole lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I have enough to keep me busy.
Right.
But I do about 6 to 8 a day unless I have to do more. But I do about every hour increment, 9, 10, or sometimes maybe 9, then 10:30, 11:30. But I just doing the service, taking the time with the customer, driving to the next one. I mean, I remember Orkin was like every 30 minutes, dude. You were like, but
so I think a great technician, like at the end of the day, to try to keep one, and it's not always the technician. In my opinion, us as business owners or upper management, I think sometimes we can put our technicians in a position where they fail, and it's not even on purpose. You know what I mean? It's because we're so busy and
we're so used to how we work.
Yeah,
we expect it on them.
Exactly.
And when we put it on them, it's too much for them.
Exactly.
And I mean, we have to really, really watch.
Yeah,
we have a drive.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I mean, we hustle, we drive for this stuff.
Yeah,
you know, we're used to working if we have to. You know,
right.
But when somebody's never been in it, technicians, and we throw it on them, it can shatter them real quick.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I know 100%. So I think you know, communicating with the technicians, finding somebody that has drive and hustle,
coaching them.
I think, and you know, and then growth, and then giving them a path for success.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where we're at right now. We're building people's you know, building their career, because it is a career.
It can be a career, yeah.
So, do you have any advice for new technicians out there in the industry?
If you guys are looking to come in, do pest control, man, it is a pretty, it can be an easy job.
Yeah.
Some days can be stressful, very tight scheduled, but I mean, if I had any advice for anybody, I mean, honestly, just come in and give it a try. I mean, it's just don't get mentally burnt out. If it's too much, let somebody know.
Exactly.
Because 9 times out of 10, they understand, because we literally just talked about it.
Yep.
We're used to doing it, so when we throw it on you and it's too much, just, hey, man, can we back off a few of these until I kind of get used to what I'm doing? You know, but, I come in and do it.
Yeah.
It's a fun problem solving is what I say it. And if you like problem solving, you will love pest control.
Right. My advice to new technicians is stay motivated, stay focused, and there is a lot of room for growth in this industry.
Yep.
A lot of room. And even if you could just get into somewhere where you can, you know, get everything that you need, knowledge and training and things, doesn't mean you have to stay at that company forever.
No.
Like if you see a successful path in the pest control industry in a company that you're at, I would say stay there and work it, because you can make it. And if you feel like you hit a spot where the company is not putting you to where you are going to succeed in life, then man, there's thousands of pest control jobs out there.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you're doing a route and you want to get into sales, find a job for a sales guy. Give it a try.
Yep.
Learn every aspect of a company, and then one day you can be like us and open our own business.
Yeah, or I mean, just being an entrepreneur in companies, and if they have the right success path, is not a bad idea either.
No,
so
not at all.
Well, I appreciate y'all watching this episode of why technicians usually fail within the first 90 days. I hope that y'all like our talk and like and subscribe to our channel.
Absolutely.
You have anything else further to say?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Best Pest Podcast.
Pest Podcast. Stories from the grind. Stories from the grind. Late nights, no sleep. We keep it honest. Mud on the work and pride in the process. No silver spoon, just earn respect. Robert and Josh, you know what you get.
Real talk.
Pest Podcast. Pest Podcast.
What?
Real talk, real people. Real talk, real people. Pest Podcast. Pest Podcast. Stories from the ground.